Julie. I'm here to give you a quick update on my surgery that I had almost 4 weeks ago. It'll be 4 weeks in less than a week, in about 6 days. I'll be going in to get the last of the stitches taken out. I've got 4 still on. I've got 2 up here in the front, the top of my ears, and then 1 on each side on the back of my ears. So quickly, I will tell you that I am really pleased so far with the results. If you've seen my other videos, you can see the front of my neck is a lot more streamlined and smooth, which is fabulous. That is just what I wanted. And then also my jawline here, I didn't have a facelift, like a full facelift. I had, I guess it would be called a lower facelift, but it's the jaw and neck is what is affected. And I am super pleased. I had the little jowls and a lot of loose skin, and so that was taken care of. And then my neck is really what I was most concerned about, and I'm thrilled. I still have healing to do. I think it takes about 3 months before you absolutely feel like yourself again. What it feels like right now is that say you've got some really tight duct tape that's pulling on your skin. That's kind of what it feels like all underneath here, and I still have numbness along my ears, probably 2 fingers width from my ears and down, I would say here and here, and then some underneath here. I've got an incision mark under my neck, under my chin here. That's healing really well. But I do have little pockets of areas that are swollen and a little bit hard still. So I'm hoping that I'm believing that those will resolve over time. And I have a little bit of swelling behind my right ear as that is healing. I've got, if you can see, I've got bruise here still and a little hard swollen area right there. I've got some bruising on my neck, but it's very minimal now. I was quite bruised, even though I took arnica montana for many days before and after. And I knew I would. I'm very fair, and I bruise fairly easily, even though I eat well and take vitamins and everything. I just do. So I bruised. I got very swollen. Things that I was sure that would be happening to me. I remember the nurse saying right after the surgery was done to please be patient with your recovery, with your healing. And that is what I've tried to do, because at first I looked so distorted. I looked like the worst plastic surgery model that you would ever see. My face was very swollen. My eyes were like it was just really kind of scary. So I avoided looking at myself in the mirror as much as I could for as long as I could. My husband thankfully was there for me and really did a lot of the care around the incision marks and areas that I couldn't see, which I'm so grateful for. But bottom line, I am really happy I did it. I think I'm going to be even more happy once everything is resolved and I don't feel this pulling. It's gotten a little bit better, but it's still there. But for the longest time, I think the word is Garrett, but it's like when someone takes a thin wire and they pull it behind someone's neck and up. I felt like I had someone behind me just pulling. Not that I couldn't breathe. I could breathe. It wasn't like a strangled feeling, but just this really odd sensation that you cannot get away from. That is tiring to have 24/7. But what happens is you get it done. You have an incredibly tight bandage all under here and over your head. They said it was like the Q-tip look. It is super tight for the first 24 hours. The friend of mine who had this procedure done told me it will feel like they've made a mistake and it's too tight. And I'm so glad she told me that, because that's exactly what it felt like. It unfortunately cut into my neck slightly and did cause a little bit of more bruising. And about 3 o'clock in the morning, I had the surgery at 8 o'clock in the morning. at about 3 o'clock in the morning, you know, that evening, I had just about had it with the bandage. It hurt to swallow. It just was, every time you swallowed, you know, you would dread it, and it just was, I couldn't get my head comfortable enough. I didn't feel like I could get relief away from my neck. There wasn't a lot of like surgery pain, but it just felt super uncomfortable, very, very tight, very uncomfortable. But the bandage digging into my neck was really the worst thing for the first 24 hours. Then you go in, after 24 hours, they take that off and check everything, and then they give you a compression bandage, which is much more comfortable, that you wear for 24/7 for the first week. And I was, you know, you're still very swollen. It's still very uncomfortable. And that's what I was told. It's not necessarily painful unless there's a problem, but it's uncomfortable. And you know, there's uncomfortable like you ate too much food, and then there's uncomfortable like I was describing, where you have something just pulling constantly. So I remember the third day sitting down and thinking, why did this is an elective surgery, this is a cosmetic surgery, why did I decide to do this? This is a little more rough than I thought it would be. I didn't fully think through everything. I was told everything, but I didn't want to focus on it because I was so determined to have it done. So at that time, at about the third day, I thought, boy, if I knew what this would feel like, I don't think I would have done it. The staff was beautiful, kind, informative, wonderful. The surgeon did an excellent job. It wasn't anybody's, you know, there wasn't anything done that was the cause of that. It was just me realizing, my goodness, this is quite a surgery, and I should have thought this through more. But I have to say, these few weeks later, now that everything is healing and resolving and turning out to be just what I had hoped, I'm really glad that I've done it. So there's that. If you are considering doing it, you need to know for the first week, you have to just be really patient and do what you can to focus on positive things, to get your mind off the uncomfortable feeling that is surrounding you 24/7. You need to kind of plan for that. You have to eat very soft foods for me it was 2 weeks. I couldn't, and that's okay. I knew it and I planned for it, and that wasn't any big deal. I'm just giving you the details so you kind of know. So for the first week after you get the big tight bandage taken off, you wear the compression bandage for 24 hours, day and night, for that first week. Now I only wear it at night. I put it on nice and tight, comes around and attaches at the top with Velcro, nice and tight. I sleep in that. I won't have to do that come in the next 5 days. I think that I will be done with the compression bandage, which is fine. It's not a problem to sleep with that on at night. I have to say now, the couple stitches that I have left are starting to, like my nerves and everything, I'm starting to feel it all. So it gets sometimes very painful when I touch it, or my hair pulls, or something, you know, pulls against it, and it's a little itchy too. So I think that that's just healing and good and normal. So that's what's going on. And I'm trying to think of what else. You know, I had to ice a lot the first 48 hours. I don't ice anymore. You have to put on bacitracin ointment twice a day, every day for the first week, consistently on your incision areas, just to keep them healing well and not drying out. And that was easy to do. One thing I must say is that my hair really took a hit. I know it's a simple thing, it's just my hair, but I'd really been working on trying to get my hair healthier. Oh, I've got, speaking of, I have one. eyelashes. I was trying to get my hair healthier. I didn't even think about it. Going into this, when they first took that, I didn't even pay attention, but when they first took that super tight bandage off the 24 hours later, my hair was stiff and stuck up on the top of my head, and you can see how long it is. It was just completely saturated and dried in antibacterial, whatever that is, solution. And it was like an orangey yellow, which caused some discoloration. I lost a ton of hair. The first shower I took, which you can take a shower 48 hours after the surgery, it took forever to get that stuff out of my hair. I washed my hair 2 or 3 times, had the water just running. It was hard to get out of my hair, and I had clumps of hair coming out. It was just a nasty mess. You're feeling kind of inhuman at the time, and then to have your hair just coming out. Whew, that was rough. But I figure I'm just going to baby it and take care of it, and at this point, and try to get it a little bit healthier, and it'll grow back in. You can tell up in here it's really kind of thinned out, and then they have incisions back here behind my ears, little incisions, and of course that would be cutting the hair. That's probably where I saw like the clumps coming out. But hopefully this isn't too much information. I wanted to just give you the real scoop on what my experience was. But yes, you can see so far it still needs to heal. There are still odd little puffy areas here and here. And I'm trying to see in the mirror. I can't really see anywhere else. But my profile, so you could see, if you saw before when I would turn to the side and grab a product or anything, basically what it did is that my skin came from just right underneath my chin and kind of just diagonally went straight down, and was very loose and wiggly right in the middle. And you know what? I am pleased as can be that I had the opportunity to get this done, and I am really grateful. I will not be getting any other surgery. That is all I wanted. I won't be getting an eye lift or a full facelift or a boob job or anything like that to try to help me remain looking, as young as I can. I just don't want to do that. If other people want to, they can go for it, and good for them. But I am done. That's all that I would ever want to have done, and I'm pleased with it. So anyway, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, put them down below. I will answer them as honestly as I can. And those of you who hate the idea of surgery like that, who would never, if you had all the money in the world, you would never do anything, and you judge people that have that kind of thing done, I understand. I do, because I used to be that person. I didn't have the money to do it, but I used to be that person that I would think I would never, ever, ever have any kind of plastic surgery or Botox or fillers or anything like that ever. And I understand that. And that is your preference, and that's your journey. And I think that as we age, we all do what we want to do to feel happy and good. And it's all just part of living our own life and enjoying it as much as we can. And that's all I have to say about it. So hopefully I won't get any nasty comments, but if I do, I understand. And those of you who are considering this, be sure whatever surgeon that you choose, that you go onto their site, that you look at all the before and after photos, that you see that the people do not look like a different person in the after picture. Because that was something that really was important to me. I didn't want my mouth to get stretched. I didn't want to look fake. I didn't want to be so changed that it was, just too much. And if that's important to you, then be sure to look at the before and after pictures on the website or in the office and if possible, talk to someone who's had the surgery done and meet with them, look at everything and make sure that that is something that you're comfortable with. So anyway, thank you for listening. And I won't be discussing this anymore unless there's a lot of you that want to know more about it. I'll be done with this and move on to other things in life. So thank you. Please subscribe if you would like to see more videos from me, and have a wonderful weekend. Thanks. Bye.